Well, another one bites the dust. We got that one knocked out. Victor's wrapping things up there. I just grabbed the last tree and jumped in my car, and I'm headed for the nursery to get some signwood, apple signwood actually. And we're going to head for the next job. Next one we're doing is actually some little apple trees, and we're doing it for the nursery. So he's got the signwood there. My friend, Manuel Nurseries do about grow and sell a million plus per year trees, I guess. And Pete's my friend, been doing his stuff for 30 some years, I guess. Good people to work with. So we had to let a couple guys go on Friday or Saturday, and we got 2 more new ones this morning. That's the way it goes. One guy kind of had attitude and started telling Victor he wasn't going to grab, he was only going to paint, didn't want to tie the graphs. And you know, I'm kind of old school about that. These guys don't need to come out here and start telling me what they're going to do and not going to do. You know, I need them to do a job, and it's no big deal. But I just came from a different school, I guess. But that's kind of the attitude some of these people have nowadays. They think they're just going to do whatever they want to. Anyway, it's all just part of the game, and it's kind of like babysitting a bunch of little kindergarten kids when you get into this labor thing, I'll tell you. But no big deal. I've been doing it for a long time. I must not be too hard to work with. I've had guys stick around 13 years, one about 12 years, 3 or 4 more that was 5, 7 years. The only reason they quit was because I couldn't keep them busy year round. They had to go make a living, so I totally understand and support them in that. And Victor, 27 years, he's been coming back, so I guess I'm not too hard to get along with, but hope not anyway. Apparently not, by the evidence of things, but I don't know. It is what it is. Alright, see you. Headed for the next job. Bye. I guess while we're riding along here, it doesn't hurt to let you guys see some of the scenery that I get to enjoy. Although it's been a cold, windy day, it's still a beautiful day. And I'm happy to be in my office. This is my office out here in the open air, looking around at the mountains around me and appreciating God's creation. And I really do like the area where I live and where I get to work most of the time. I was talking about this labor thing, and it just amazes me. I come from a place, you know, where people really had a work ethic, and I don't think it's, you know, geographic. I think it's just, you know, I don't know. We just grew up in a depressed area, and there was very little work available. And so if you had a chance to work, you just jumped on it, you know. And I never asked how much or what do it. It's just yes, and I'll be there, and what time you want me, and you know. And that was the kind of reputation in the time that I grew up. The reputation you wanted to have was you as a good hard worker, and there's a lot of people, that was the word that got around the neighborhood. It was that Coach boy is a hard worker. He's honest and he's hard working. Nobody ever said he's smart, but he's hard working and honest. And I pretty much lived my whole life that way. Tried to. So this new attitude about work is hard for me to understand and accept. And you know, I had a guy call me and wanted a job, and I said, well, I'll have to talk to my foreman because he's been talking to some people too, and I don't know how many he's hired or whatever. I'll have him call you this afternoon. He goes, well, I have to go to work at 4. And I said, you mean you got another job? And he goes, oh, no, I mean work for you, go to work for you. And I said, well, you said 4 o'clock. No, you misunderstand. Well, Victor called him. He told him, he said, sure enough, you know, the guy wanted to leave at 3:30 because he had another job to go to. Well, you can't do that. We might be out of town working on a job till 6:30. Victor said, you know, you don't get a job by starting out by lying to the boss. So that was the end of that one. Another guy called me. He wanted a job, and I said, you really want a job? Oh, yeah, you got transportation? Yes, sir. And you want to work? Yep, okay. I said, well, meet me at 7:30 tomorrow morning. I told him where. I said, we'll talk about it. And, of course, he didn't show up. I didn't expect him to, because the ones that talk a lot are usually not worth anything. But Anyway, he called me about 10:30 that morning. Are you the guy working down my Malaga? Yeah. Who's this? Jesse. Well, Jesse, why didn't you come to work this morning? He said, I forgot. I said, you forgot? Yeah, I forgot. He said, you want me to come on ahead that way? And I said, no, I might forget to pay you, you know. So probably don't need you. And I just, you know, he must have not been needing a job too bad. You know, they talk about what the unemployment, how it's just awful, nobody working, and they're out of work, no jobs. And you know, that's true, but half of it is people don't want to work. And I've never got anybody worth a hoot out of that employment office. Did you notice nowadays that most of the people that go down there, they call it the unemployment office? I don't know if it's how it is for you guys, but that's what I hear all the time around here. It used to be the employment office, and it is, but everybody looks at it as the unemployment office because that's why they go there. They don't go there to look for a job, they go there to draw unemployment. And I'll call down there and say I need a couple people, you know, and don't discriminate. I don't care how old, how young, how good looking, how ugly, how short, how tall. I just need a couple people. And well, they don't want to paint trees, and they don't want to go to out of town, and this and that and the other. And I just get disgusted with the whole thing. But you know, I called one of my growers this morning. Like I said, I let a couple guys go on Friday. One of them had an attitude. Wasn't going to do what we asked him to do. And Victor's always very courteous about asking and not telling. You know, I don't believe in any kind of browbeating or raising your voice to anybody or getting excited about this. We just very calmly ask people to do the job, and then either they want to do it or they don't. That's all there is to it. No big deal. So Victor, well, one guy had the attitude and let him go, and then the other guy was just too stupid to paint. He just couldn't do it. He, you know, I said, just walk up to that tree and paint those little tips on those sticks first, and then you'll never forget them. Or just look at the tree before you walk away and go to the next one. But he couldn't do it. He just left stuff out there all over the place unpainted, whole limbs unpainted, missing trees and everything. You know, and I'll give a guy 100 chances if he's trying at all, you know. I will, but he wasn't trying and didn't want to do it. Anyway, so 2 down and 2 more this morning. I'll go through the I-9s and the W4s, I'll tell you, before this whole thing's over. But we just do the best we can. Try to treat people right and hope for the best. Alright. I'm not ranting, I'm just ranting. I was listening to Chevy Scrounger the other night. I got particularly him. He's got it figured out. I feel your pain, brother.